Welcome back to Sledgehammer Horror, guys. I am Ken Sledge, and let's talk horror. Now, today I'm joined by the amazing Trent Persinger. Trent, how you doing today?
I'm doing great, Ken. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, of course, man. I'm super stoked to have you here. Today we're going to be talking about horror at the Ohio. This is something I'm very excited about. Convention that's coming up October 24th and 25th, Friday and Saturday. It'll be at the Ohio Theater in Madison, Indiana. What can people expect out of the festival?
So this is our fourth year doing this, and each year we're trying to kind of feel things out, add a little here and there, and see what works, what doesn't. But what it boils down to is it's a film festival. That's what it started out as. We have our film festival on Film Freeway, and we get submissions from all over the world, different original independent horror films. And so we're going to be screening, several of those. We don't have a total number yet because we still are going through our selections and picking those, but we'll show several of those. And then we're also showing some classics, and they're going to tie directly into our special guest, which we have Linnea Quigley coming this year, which we're super excited about. And so we're going to be showing a couple of her classics, Night of the Demons on Friday, and then Saturday, The Return of the Living Dead, which this year is the 40th anniversary of. So we're kind of pumping that up and trying to make a big deal out of that. So yeah. And then, in addition to the movies, we have a lot of other fun stuff that we'll probably get into too. We've got like trivia, horror, prom, and just different things like that. And so, yeah, it's just a weekend of fun Halloween slash horror goodness.
Yeah. And where can people get tickets for this at?
So the easiest way is just to go to our website, horrorattheohio.com, and there's a link on there. It takes you to like a local ticket service that's run here in our hometown, which that's a link too. But the website will take you there. That's the easiest way to do it. Or our Facebook has links to it as well.
Okay. And the good thing is, guys, you don't have to remember anything he just said because all those links are right down in the description. So
Awesome.
make sure that you're checking them out. Even if you can't get tickets this year, make sure you're following them on Facebook. Make sure you're becoming a part of that community. So you talked about Linnea Quigley being there this year, which is totally awesome. Linnea is the sweetest person in the world. It's your fourth year going, and every year you're getting bigger and bigger. What gave you the desire to start this in the first place?
So me and my buddy Darren, who I wish could have actually been on here with us, but he's pretty busy. We've always kind of been creative partners in a lot of things. Just like we made our own horror film a while back. We've done different like photography businesses, just any sort of creative outlet. We've probably tried it at some point or another. So a few years back, actually probably longer ago than that, we've always kind of talked about doing something like a film festival here in Madison because we're both big film lovers. Madison is kind of an artsy town. We're a historical little river town. We have a lot of different festivals throughout the year, like art festivals and music fests and stuff like that. So I've always kind of had the idea of doing something like a film festival here in town. And then he is the big horror guy, which we're both horror fans, but he's like the real big, like tattooed horror stuff all over his arm, those types of diehard
Yeah.
horror fans. Grew up in the 80s classic era of horror. So he kind of merged that idea with making it a horror film festival. And I was like, that's cool because, I'm a big horror fan too. And so we approached Chuck and Elizabeth, who are volunteers that kind of oversee the Ohio Theater, and they put on a lot of different events at that theater throughout the year. I don't want to get too much into like the history of the Ohio Theater or anything, but it was a movie theater one time. It burned down. Well, it didn't burn down, but it had a lot of fire damage, and so they've been kind of rehabilitating it and fixing it up over the years, and it's kind of become a multi-purpose sort of event center. So anyway, we took the idea to them and pitched it to them, and they were all for it. So we started out, like I said, in year one was pretty much just basically a film festival only.
Yeah.
And we had a bunch of different films from just a bunch of different countries that first year. And then each year we decided to kind of add different things to it. And then, our goal was to eventually have celebrities, which, we have Linnea this year. We had Felissa Rose was our first celebrity last year, which was a big hit. So yeah, it's just kind of it's grown since then. And like I said, we're in year four now and we're hoping that it grows each and every year. Last year, like I said, was our first year with a celebrity, was our biggest year so far, and we're hoping this year that we can, take that even further.
That's awesome, man. Like I said, Felissa, another one, just absolutely the sweetest person you could
She
ever
was
hope to
such a
meet.
great first guest to have for our event that it's really going to be a tough bar to clear. Like I'm sure I've heard great things about Linnea too, so I have no doubt she's going to be awesome too.
Oh,
But Felissa was just so sweet, like you said, so just you could tell she loved just interacting with all of her fans, and she was like, she helped host our trivia, she helped kind of judge our cost, like she just, anything we asked her, she was up for. She was totally game. So she was really really cool, and like I said, I'm really excited. I've not met Linnea yet. I assume you probably met her based on how you talked, and um
She's incredible.
awesome.
And she's one of those ladies that is just so generous with her time. And you could, like I said, her, Felissa, like that's the amazing 1-2 punch. You know,
Awesome.
like both
Good,
of them are
good.
just the sweetest, and they care so much about their fans, and they love their fans, and they love to hear their stories and how they became horror fans. And
Hmm.
it's amazing that you're able to do that. And you know, year 4 now, what are some of the things that you're hoping to build? Like I said, you've already gotten bigger. You've gone from a film festival. Now you're starting to get celebrities doing trivia games, horror prom, things like that. What are some of the things that you're hoping to build on in the future?
So that's been kind of the challenge of it all, really, because it's me, Darren, it's Chuck and Elizabeth. I've already name dropped all them, and that's kind of the core group. Like we've not really been able to grow in support in the ways that we've wanted to actually make it into something really big. And I'm not trying to like, throw a pity party or throw blame on anybody like that. It's just kind of one of those things that's been hard to navigate.
Yeah.
And Madison's a small town. Like I said, it's an artsy town. It's a very touristy town, and they do have a lot of events throughout the year. But this is something very different that I don't think this town is really used to, which is another kind of reason why we started in the first place, to bring something different to our town. But anyway, I say all that to say that it has been kind of hard to grow it in the ways that we want to. We are very, happy about what it's been so far. To answer your question, though, in a very long roundabout way, I mean, I don't know. Our initial vision was for it to be like a community-wide, just kind of Halloween event. We kind of compared it to, I'm sure you've seen Trick or Treat, the one
Mhm.
from the 2000s, that like little festival they go to at the beginning of the movie,
Sure.
town-wide, or like Halloween Town. Or actually, I don't know if you're familiar. It's have you heard of the Irvington Halloween Fest? It's a town here in Indiana. It's up north.
Mhm.
It's basically a big town-wide Halloween festival, and it's been going on for I think almost 90 years. You should look it up
Oh,
sometime. It's a
wow.
very old, like historic kind of town, kind of like Madison, and they have this big Halloween event that takes up multiple city streets and just all sorts of different events. And like I said, I think they've been doing it for almost 90 years now. So we kind of are, we want something like that as our ultimate goal, to have just this big town-wide, get all the stores and businesses involved, close off streets, maybe do like
Yeah.
parades and stuff like that. That was kind of the big pie in the sky dream. Are we going to get there? I don't know, but it is only still year 4, and like you said, we have grown a little bit each year, so we'll just kind of have to see year by year how it goes.
I've seen festivals that have gone 1 to 2 years and been like, fuck this. You know, they can't
Yeah.
do it. Like
And
people
I'm not gonna
think that
lie,
it's
there's been
so
times where
easy.
that's entered our minds, but
Hmm.
we did it,
Oh, it's
as a passion project. We do it because we're horror lovers, and we just like creating things and doing, fun things like that. And so we're not in it to like, get rich or anything like that. We just do it for
sure.
fun and to celebrate and give horror fans something that they can do here in this town. So
And it's the way that this is built up. Like I said, for you guys to be going into year 4, that's still impressive. You know, you said it's only year 4. I see a lot of these festivals that are one and done more often than not because
mhm,
people don't understand the amount of headache and hard work that goes into putting on a festival. Whether it's a film
absolutely.
festival, whether it's a horror convention, it's a lot of work and there's a lot of turning gears that have to be moving the perfect way in order for this to keep going. So, I mean, I
Absolutely.
think that what you guys are doing is absolutely incredible, trying to bring that type of culture into your own town. So, have you ever thought about an expansion to another city as well? Maybe doing 2 festivals a year, or are you still just kind of aiming at the one right now, trying to, nail that one down?
I mean, that thought has definitely entered our minds, and we're always talking about how much better we'd probably do if we were in a bigger city or whatever, Definitely still focusing on just kind of nailing the one, figuring out what works, what
Hmm.
doesn't. Um, and really, I have a lot of respect for festival coordinators now, because I mean, it really is a year round. Like it's two
Oh
days, the
yeah,
festival's 2 days, but it really is like a year round thing as far as planning it out, getting it ready. And the year goes by so fast. Like any other time, you wouldn't probably think that, but like when you're constantly thinking about and planning, the next thing for the like those months go by quick, man, and then it's a year before you know it. So yeah, it it's a lot. Like I said, for our small crew, we're definitely just trying to focus on the one right now, but we definitely, that thought has entered our mind as far as, reach like
Sure.
going out bigger to other cities or whatever. Because we're right in the middle of I say we're right in the middle of Cincinnati, Louisville, and Indianapolis. We're kind of a perfect, like almost equal distance from those three cities. So I thought that would be kind of a cool, like just, you know,
Yeah.
middle to all those bigger areas that we could kind of pull from, too. So
Well, and we talked about how, you have Linnea Quigley and you're filming a couple of her films. Are all the other films that you're premiering or that you're showing, are they all new films or are you doing some other old films as well?
no, I mean for the film festival part, our one of our rules was they had to be newer, like I think completed by I think last year was the earliest. I don't have any way, I guess, of confirming if if some of them are older than that or not. We're just kind of trusting people. But so yeah, we're looking for new stuff. And you're in one of them. I recognize, you're in one of the films I've watched. Michelle, she put in a film, and
Mhm.
was it you and was that your wife? That
Yep, that was my wife. You
okay,
guys
that's
know
what I
if you're
thought.
here from the channel, you know Desperate Measures and what that means to us.
And well, I was gonna ask you. I mean, do you act? Is it just was it a side thing? Are you guys actors or how? I
No,
mean,
that was the first time that Ash and I actually acted together on screen.
okay, because you guys
Um,
did really well. I mean, I was impressed.
Thanks. Yeah, we did audio and video production in school. That's
Okay.
we've been together 20 years, so it's really easy for us to kind of bounce off each other. It's something we've always done, and then obviously doing this together is something that is very special to us too. And we I had known Michelle through passing. We had interviewed her. We had hung out a couple times, and she was just like, "Hey, I wrote this movie. I think you
Mhm.
and Ashley would be perfect." She sent us the script, and we loved it. I mean, it was like I said, I've been in a couple other projects that are, to be Prime, stuff like that. But that was the first time that I got to work with my wife,
Cool.
both of us being main characters. So that will all Desperate Measures, will always be special to me because it was the first time I got to act with my wife. And, we made a lot of good friends with Kristen and Shane and Michelle. And it was just a great project to be a part of.
Well, you guys did a great job, really. Has Michelle or you guys entered it in any other festivals or?
Yes, there's been a couple that we've entered in. We haven't heard anything back yet, but
Okay.
that's another reason why this is so special to us, being able to come out and watch it with all you guys. It's going to be
Yeah.
absolutely incredible.
Yeah, I'm excited. Like I said, I was impressed, and I've only talked to Michelle, communicated with her through email a lot. I think we had one Zoom meeting, and she seems really nice too. And I'm excited to meet her and you guys and everybody in person.
Yeah.
So it'll be a fun time.
She's a sweetheart. She's incredible. We're so lucky that we got to work with her. Like I said, Shane and Kristen as well. They're both absolutely fantastic, and we love them to death. And we can't wait for you guys to come out and watch it with us too at Horror at the Ohio. And um, I love talking to you and I love being able to talk about Horror at the Ohio. And it seems like it's so close and yet so far away. So, what is the event times this year? Has that been mapped
So
out yet or?
we're gonna release like an official detailed schedule here very soon. I need to get on that. But I can go ahead and say Friday we're gonna be starting. I think we're opening the doors at 5 o'clock. And I'm going by memory here now. I think we're showing the first film or block of films because I think we're going to be showing some short films first. I
Mhm.
think that's going to start at 6. But anyway, doors open at 5 on Friday, and we'll go till probably about midnight. And then Saturday, we're going to start at noon and go pretty much throughout the day. And then the prom is kind of our thing that we end with. That's at 9 o'clock on Saturday night, and that goes until midnight. So 5 to midnight on Friday, and then all day Saturday, noon to midnight.
That's awesome, man. And like I said, guys, make sure you're getting your tickets. Those links are in the description. Also, make sure you are following Horror at the Ohio on all their social media pages. So, man, Trent, again, I want to thank you for taking time out to come and hang out with me and talk about the festival. And like I said, guys, not only do you get to come and hang out and watch some amazing films, there's going to be a lot of amazing trivia, and you get to meet Linnea Quigley and watch Return of the Living Dead with Linnea Quigley. That is fucking rad. So please make sure you're checking it out. Get your tickets now. Trent, please don't go anywhere, my friend. I got a couple more questions for you. Uh, Everyone else, if you haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe. It does help build the channel more than you know. And follow Sledgehammer Horror on social media. Those links are in the description as well. But until next time, keep talking horror, stay what you are, and we'll see you guys soon.